Now, Hammer recently called this the first Hammer horror movie, and in some respects, they're right. This was the first straight horror movie without certain constraints, and stands as influential as its universal horror counterpart, The Curse of Frankenstein. Baron Frankenstein is awaiting execution. He has summoned a priest to hear his story, his early years, and the expansion of his mind. The research with the man who he initially took on as his tutor into reanimating life. With the first experiment a success, the next step, something to impress the world. Can man bring life to the dead?
The most complex thing known to man. Man himself. We must create a human being. A man with perfect physique, with the hands of an artist and with the matured brain of a genius. We can do it, don't you see?
No, I don't. Oh, what you're saying is nonsense. A revolt against nature.
Mary Shelley's novel has gone through a plethora of adaptations. The big screen benchmarks were James Whale's Double, the man and his performance, the makeup and the cinematography. This new vision comes at you in full Technicolor, under the direction of the legend Terence Fisher, and his first collaboration with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Although they had worked on projects before, this was the first time Lee and Cushing were on screen at the same time. Spending the next 15 years as allies and opponents. At the start, Cushing is the master and Lee the monster. But the conundrum is, who is the real monster? Also appearing, Richard Urquhart as the Baron's tutor and collaborator. Melvin Hayes as young Frankenstein. At the time of this video, he is the sole surviving cast member. The legend Hazel Court. Valerie Gant as the maid, soon to be Dracula's bride. While such roles would set some performers up to be typecast, these respective reputations were undeniable that Hollywood would come calling. Peter appearing in the biggest box office event in history at the time with Star Wars. In 1982, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. According to Wiki, he lived until his death in 1994 without any operative treatment or chemotherapy. While his health did start to fail, he kept working. Remember Top Secret with the late great Val Kilmer? Like Boris Karloff, this role made Lee a star. Its wiki page says that the comedy and Shakespearean star Bernard Bresslaw was considered, standing 6'7", 2 inches taller. Lee's career would go up, down, and like a missile, up again. The 1970s were a busy time. The 80s and 90s, not so much. Even though he cited the 1998 movie Jinnah as his best performance. At the turn of the 21st century, Peter Jackson and George Lucas brought him back to the world stage, and a new generation got to experience why he was still a force of nature. Director Terence Fisher was at the forefront of Hammer. Maybe I should call this season Hammer the Terence Fisher years. Today he stands next to John Carpenter, Wes Craven, Mario Bava, James Wan, James Whale as one of the greatest horror directors. I think it's fair to say that Mary Shelley's novel has influenced much. She is, after all, the mother of science fiction and horror. This edition sets up the type of violence that was to come. And some liberties were taken. There's no Igor or any lower order servant. At the start, the assistant is a fellow scientist. Two heads can make a great one. Whereas the 1931 version and the Quatermass experiment influenced horror, science fiction, and inspired future endeavors, there are many things here that you could spot elsewhere, whether it's a location, or it's a set, or something someone says. The body in the tank, an influence for Rocky Horror. Oakley Court, originally Dracula's house or the Hammer Horror House. Today, it's the Rocky Horror House. Pass the marmalade.
Pass the marmalade, will you, Elizabeth? Thank you.
Darling, I want you to pass the marmalade.
You want me to fart the hit parade?
Pass the marmalade!
No, I will not go to bed with Les Dennis.
And then there's the last line.
Come on. I'll take you home.
What's the problem? Come on, I'll take you home.
Nice job, man.
Wow.
That was really brilliant.
Thanks. Just glad this nightmare is over. And I'm really glad I didn't kill the wrong Stewie.
Yeah, me too. Well, come on, I'll take you home.
As this was a daring new version, there were some pieces the censors didn't like. Thankfully, most have been reintegrated. The eyeball shot was originally traced to a 1990s BBC screening, which was later found on a print at the BFI. The head dissolving in acid scene was thought to still exist, but unfortunately it's now believed to be lost forever. That is until someone puts their hand on a print on the other side of the world, say. The critics here had some negative things to say about it. Their American counterparts were glowing. The public's response was overwhelming. According to Wiki, it grossed 70 times its original production cost. Of course, a sequel had to come. According to its wiki page, the legendary writer Jimmy Sangster was given 6 weeks to write something by the boss, James Carreras. And they started shooting 3 days after Dracula wrapped. That's insane. They must have known that Dracula was going to be a hit too. I've seen many versions of Shelley's story in my lifetime, whether it's Thomas Edison, James Wales, Kenneth Branagh's. While researching the many variations of the story, Wiki showed me an interesting retelling, Frankenstein in Baghdad, by Iraqi writer Ahmed Sadawi from 2013. Taken from his own experiences as a journalist covering the Civil War, he witnessed how a young man wished to find the corpse of his brother who had been killed by a bomb, but was told to simply take any body part he could find and make a body. It won several awards and was shortlisted for the International Booker Prize and the Arthur C. Clarke Award. If I had to pick 3 versions of Frankenstein, I would choose the 1931 version because it's the most well-known and Boris Karloff is just awesome. Young Frankenstein, the most popular recent version, and this one.
No.
I do this in terms of 20th century cinema. Not to say that the Kenneth Branagh version deserves to be ignored. Far from it. These are my favourite depictions of Frankenstein and his monster. I know I'll say the words icon and legend many times. I can't say them lightly. You get moments in time that people remember and will throw them in. One thing that came to me at this point in my writing, seeing something you remember like an unmasking, the Phantom of the Opera, the Invisible Man, and this. While Boris Karloff's slow reveal became a legend, the fast tear of the bandage is truly iconic.